Mississippi. This video footage was sent in by Dustin from April 18th of 2023 at 12 noon is when he took the video, and the weather conditions were sunny and the temperature was in the low 70s. This is what he noticed going on in his front yard. He has a railroad tie in his front yard right along the edge, and he happened to notice that it was smoldering on the 18th at high noon. This is a very old railroad tie. Most of the creosote should have been dried up and absent from the railroad tie, so I don't think that was necessarily what instigated this. I suppose it could have been because railroad ties and telephone poles are normally soaked with creosote to make them last longer. So that could be what's going on here. But for that to just start smoldering like that from the direct sunlight, he didn't do anything to this. He just happened to notice it as he was walking by, and it was smoldering. He said it reminded him of a science project that we all probably did at one time or another in school, when you would take a magnifying glass and let sunlight come through the magnifying glass, and sometimes it would ignite maybe a piece of paper or something like that. He said that's what this reminded him of, but there was no magnifying glass because this was the only location on the railroad tie that was smoldering. Everywhere else looked fairly normal with the exception of the browner areas here that don't necessarily look like the rest of the railroad tie. The rest of the railroad tie looks old and dried out. Like I said, like most of the creosote is gone, more than likely absent from the railroad tie. Whatever's going on right here is a mystery, a smoldering railroad tie in the middle of a man's yard in Vicksburg, Mississippi, noticed on April 18th of 2023. Thank you, Dustin.
This is the thumbnail that Mr. MB3 used for that video. It looks like some people are going to have to start covering plasma fire, especially now that he's injected this into the minds of his viewers. They will start to see it more often and send him more video. And if you noticed, one of the captions said that it was temperatures, outdoor temperatures, were in the lower 70s. He said it looks like the sun is being used in combination with a magnifying glass to create that smoldering effect, which reminded me of a couple of videos I made 7 months ago titled "The Sun is a Deadly Laser," Part 1 and 2. And apparently there's a Part 3, Sun Gun in HD.